weighed down than it did before. Previously, I didn't know the products that I was putting in my hair. I wasn't paying attention to ingredients, and they had silicones and things that was weighing my particular hair down. And when I was able to customize my own formula with Function of Beauty, I was able to request no silicones in my products, and I see such a difference in my hair since doing the switchover. That is one of the main reasons why I have fallen in love with the brand, being able to customize my personal hair care needs with Function of Beauty's products. I really appreciate how detailed you're able to get with the endless amounts of customizations that you can choose for your products, all the way down to if you prefer fragrance, what kind of fragrance you prefer, and how much of it, among so many others. I chose peach for my fragrance, and honest to God, guys, I have never smelled a better scent. If I could get that scent in a perfume, I would douse it all over my body. Also, they use all clean ingredients. It is free from parabens, sulfates, GMOs, no toxins, 100% vegan, and cruelty-free. Get 20% off your first order with the special link that I have just for you down in my description box. Thank you again so much, Function Beauty, for sponsoring tonight's video. Alright guys, let's get into it. Alright everybody, we are going to be doing the very long awaited Q&A. This will be part 1. I will be doing a part 2. Either here or over on my Patreon. If you are not a part of my Patreon, you can sign up with the link that I have down in the description box. That will be right under the Function of Beauty code that you can check out. And over on Patreon, I just do extra ASMR videos that aren't seen here on YouTube. And when you sign up, you gain access to over 80 ASMR videos I have already filmed over there. So, good stuff. But for tonight, a while back, about 2 weeks ago, on my community tab, I asked you guys to ask me some questions, and life has been so busy, I haven't been able to catch up to doing the video yet, and I've had lots of you guys ask for it, so here we are. I have not even read your questions yet, so it's going to be extremely random, and you're going to see my first reactions to the questions. So yeah, I have my computer over here. I'm going to grab it, and we're going to get into these questions. Our first question tonight comes from Alyssa Soon. She asks, do you have a good relationship with Chris's side of the family? If you don't know, Chris is my boyfriend of 12 years. How are they feeling about the upcoming move? If you don't know, we are planning to move out of state. I do have a really good relationship with Chris's family, thankfully. Unfortunately, a few years back, his mom did pass away, and I lived well, and it was definitely a hard hit on our family. But the rest of his family, he has 2 sisters, and they're amazing. They treat me just like a sister, and they are all for the move. If they could, they would move down there with us, and they may be able to in the future. It is a consideration. It's really important to get along with your significant other's side, because I dated somebody for 6 years, and that wasn't the case in that situation. I didn't vibe with them. I didn't get along with his family, and they were very family oriented, and did like family dinners all the time, and of course I would be there, and we were engaged, so like I was prepared to be a part of this family, and I just wasn't a fan of the family. We just didn't click. Just very different people, and I'm not good at hiding my feelings. Like, if I'm not feeling you, you're gonna know. Unless I'm in a super professional environment, then of course, I'll put on a happy face, but it's not going to be an authentic happy face. So it was a sticky, tough situation being in that relationship when I didn't really, see myself being able to be in that family the rest of my life. So I'm very glad that I connect with Chris's family the way that I do, and vice versa. Everybody in my family loves him, and he connects with them and likes them as well. My mom likes him better than she likes me, I think. She's always Team Chris, but yes. The next question is from Celine. And Celine asks, have you ever tried shrooms or LSD? Hope it's not too personal. I have never tried LSD, but I did try shrooms and some other weird drug. I'm trying to think what it was. I can't think. Oh, damn, it's like right on the tip of my tongue. If I think of it later, I'll insert it on the screen. But, the shrooms, I was not a fan of. I did it in high school with the boyfriend I was just referring to, my high school sweetheart. And I just didn't have the best reaction. We were in the country, and I'm not a country girl, I'm a very city girl. And like riding 4-wheelers and doing bonfires, and I was just like tripped out of there, like seeing things in the woods, and I was really anxious, so wasn't my cup of tea, to say the least. But thank you for your question. And they said, I hope it's not too personal. You guys know that I don't hide anything from you all, unless it's with my family or something, and it's not my business to tell, or if I'm protecting my family's safety or security. But as far as like my life and my past, I'm pretty much an open book. Leslie asks, can you please talk about birth control if you are comfortable with it? What your experience with it was like? What do you prefer? So Leslie, to tell you the truth, I have never ever put on any form of birth control. Of course, condoms, we use and have used condoms, but as far as taking a pill or a shot, anything like that, I have never been. I did inquire at one time, but never took the plunge and got on it. We're just extremely careful because we do not want any other kids. Well, I don't. Chris does, but he's not the one that has to birth the child. So, and not that I don't love being a mom, I do, but we're dealing with a lot of son at this time, and I just don't see me being able to have another little baby while I'm still, taking such care of my son to the extent where it's very constant. And he needs my full undivided attention, care, and love. And so, yeah. But I am not against birth control. I believe everybody's journey is different, and you have to do what's best for you and do lots of research, talk to your doctors, things like that, and definitely practice safe sex. Our next question comes from Tabitha, and she asked, what was your labor and birth experience like? So this is actually on my list of videos that I'm filming for Patreon, because that's such a personal experience that I want to share it on a smaller platform. But what I will tell you all is that, I don't want to scare you as well, but I had a very scary birth experience with my son. It was intense and very long, and I had to be put on oxygen, and it just got pretty scary for a little bit. I ended up having to stay in the hospital with my son for almost a month after I birthed him, and it was just a lot for a first time new mom. So on top of every other reason that I cannot have kids right now, that just adds to it. So yeah, if you want more details about it, and me go into detail about the situation, you can definitely check out my Patreon. I'll be filming that within the next week or so. Samantha asks what I'd give advice to my younger self, or just younger people in general. What would it be? For me, it would be, I don't even know for me. But to you guys, I would say that don't care so much, or don't get so upset about high school experiences, because those people that might be bullying you, or the mean girls, or the super popular girls, or the guy that doesn't like you but you love him, I promise those people are not going to matter in a couple years. You're not even going to be thinking about them. I know, when you're in the situation, it's hard to see that, right? You hear people say it and you're like, sure, easy for you to say, but I promise, those people are going to not even matter. And then in 10 years, you can go to your high school reunion like a bomb-ass bitch and be like, so spend your younger years trying to be as happy as you can, and not letting outside influences affect yourself so much, because I did that end of grammar school, early high school, cared about what people thought way too much, and let it affect me as a whole. And now I look back and I'm like, why did I do that? I wasted so much time and energy and anxiety on people that didn't matter. Don't let them rent space in your head. Your space is too expensive for them to rent anyways. The next question is from Katie Wood. And she asks, how do I maintain my perfectly cool-toned blonde hair? And what do I use? So again, I'm going to do a whole video showing you all my favorite hair products, what I do at home to keep my hair cool-toned. I can tell you that it definitely comes comes down to your hairstylist and the products that you use. I had 3 hairstylists before the one I have now. Did I put up 4? 3 hairstylists before the one I have now that told me my hair would never get this light, that my hair just was unable to go this light, and to kind of get the idea out of my head. And I wasn't trying to hear it. Then I went on a search. I went on Instagram and looked through my local people's hair colorists Instagram portfolios and kind of looked at the girls that they've done before and afters, and kind of figured out, like, okay, this girl's hair used to look like mine, and the stylist got her that light. Maybe she could do it for me. And I remember the first time I met with her, she was like, we are going to get you that light. And she did. The very first session was so much lighter, but she does it in stages, and I think that's very important. I mean, my hair's not perfect. It's, not insanely healthy. It's healthy, but, I do have some ends that break, and, more fragile parts of my hair, like my bangs are the most fragile, and I have some, like, pieces on top that, I get layers, but, like, these, I have a couple top pieces that, have been damaged from the bleach, and with bleach, there's going to come damage. It is what it is. But she goes, like, she doesn't lighten my hair too much at one time, and it took me, like, probably 4 sessions to get this light. She could have done it in 1 or 2, but it would have compromised the health of my hair, if that makes sense. So I wanted to keep my hair long, but have it super light. So in order to do that, we had to go very slowly. And as far as products goes, I do not skimp out on my hair care. I use very expensive products. And now with Function of Beauty, I really like I said, that I can customize it, that you can add things in there for color treated hair. They make purple shampoos, purple conditioners. You can add it in your customization if you have light hair, which is nice. My God, it smells so good. I can smell this all day long. But yeah, I have a couple different purple shampoos that I like alternate between, and I'll do it like every other week. I'll do like a purple shampoo, but you gotta be careful with purple shampoo because sometimes it could like collect in certain areas and turn your hair purple. It's just a whole situation, but like I said, I'm gonna do a whole other video with tips and tricks for hair care, and I'll show you guys everything that I use from top to bottom. And thank you for your sweet compliment. I appreciate it. The next question is from Yara. Hi Yara, I love you. She's such a sweetheart. What are your favorite ASMR triggers, and when was the first time you experienced ASMR? I love you. I love you too. Favorite creators? I have so many. Like, I watch so much ASMR and comment on everybody's videos and show my support. And a couple of my favorites, I don't want to leave people out. I don't ever want anybody to feel left out because of me. I know that feeling, and it's a shitty one, so I love all of the creators that I watch, but some that come to the top of my head is Ocean's ASMR. Such a sweet girl. Every time I talk to her, she's like an angel. Blossom ASMR. Julia, of course. My sweet, sweet friend, Peace and Serenity. more people, guys. My heart breaks. My heart breaks if I forgot anybody, but I love my fellow creators, almost everybody for the most part. And yeah, I'm just very grateful to be on this platform and in the ASMR community with such amazing people. So, favorite triggers, definitely just plain old whispering. That is what I like to listen to. I do like very gentle mic flapping. Very gentle. Sometimes some people can be a little too aggressive for me, and everybody likes something different, right? That's what's magical about it. Oh, gentle whispering. She is my top. Good Night Moon. I love Good Night Moon. But back to the triggers. I definitely like wood, like cork tapping. Love the sound of wood and cork tapping. And yeah, that's pretty much it. First time I experienced ASMR. I did an entire video about the first time I experienced ASMR. If you want to check it out, it was called My First ASMR Experience. If I can remember, I'll link it. If not, just search it. Rage ASMR, My First ASMR Experience. Thank you for the question, Yara. ASMR Erin said, skincare routine. I will definitely do one soon. Again, I did a nighttime skincare routine over on Patreon, but I can do a daytime skincare routine here on YouTube for you guys. So I will do that maybe next week. What is one word you want everybody to think of when they think of you? How would you want to be thought of? Oh my god, that's such a good question. Sincere. Probably sincere. And I don't know if I could get it down to one word. I could tell you a couple. Sincere. Real. I feel so comfortable in my skin now. It feels so authentically me. I mentioned the other day in a video that I am not going to water down myself on camera or anywhere else for that matter. I always want to be 100% me, and if somebody doesn't like that, they don't have to watch, right? That's why I shared my story with you guys about my past and things I've gone through, because I just feel like if I can help somebody in this world with my story, then I'm doing something right. And being able to give back is like the best feeling. It's super rewarding. And I would say caring. I care so much about people and their feelings and animals and just everything. Like, I wish I could save the world. Like, I'm just one of those people that if I see a stray cat, I'll go to PetSmart, get the cat some cat food, and go bring it back with a cat dish. Like, I just want to save everything and everybody. And I think that has a little bit to do with me being a Pisces, but yeah, I think I would just want to be remembered as being, as loving my son to death. Like, loving my son so much that I just, I am not, I couldn't live without him. Like, I just couldn't do it. He would have to bury me next to him that very same day. I couldn't be without him. So just, I would want to be remembered for being the best mom that I could be to my son and being sincere and caring. Thank you for that question. Lauren Rachel asked, how do you remain so positive and down to earth? I've been struggling with this and would love to hear your tips because you are such a lively person. Thank you. I try. I have gone brought me so much pain at one time in my life that I didn't care if I lived or died, to be honest. And I was so miserable. Like, I just was miserable and wanted to be numb every minute of every day, and that's no way to live. And I think because I went through such really bad, hard times that I'm so grateful for the good things now. So, you know, I would say my positivity stems from that. And, you know, I know for me that I have to stay positive. So, like, I try to look for something positive out of everything, even on the worst of the worst of the worst days, because I've been having a lot of really bad days the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Days that I didn't know how I was gonna get through, and definitely just being tested. My mental health is being very tested. But I have this amazing outlet with you guys, and I can't tell you enough how much it helps me to make these videos and to know that you guys watch them and love them. And I know that I have a little boy that relies on mommy, you know. And for you, I would just say that, you know, for me, I'm a visual person. I like to write things down. So I'll write down, you know, the pros and the cons of something and try to think of more pros than cons. And even the cons, I try to look at something positive within them. And, you know, I just try to remember that I've been through worse. And I know that everybody has, you know. But I've had just some really ugly times. And it just makes me really glad and grateful for the good days. I'm really sorry that you've been struggling, Lauren, but please know that you're not alone. Like I said, these past 2 weeks for me, I've cried and cried and cried. But I've been doing some healthy things, like going to the gym and running and doing things to keep my mind off of it and just escape my stressor for a little bit. And then that makes me feel so much better, and I'm in a better, like, mental state when I have to go back, you know, to a stressful situation. So I hope that helped, and I wish you all the best. The next question is from Cupcat. Yeah, my eyes are so bad. Cupcat18. Any hidden talents or hobbies other than ASMR? Of course. Hidden talents. I don't think so. Like, I don't think I have anything in particular that I haven't told you guys. Like, I told you guys I was in boxing, played softball, did first of all, do you have a job? Definitely, get yourself a job. Try and work as many jobs as you can while you live at home. Try and spend the least amount of money that you can. Get yourself like a little budget sheet. Even if you have to make your own, there's apps that you can download that can help you budget your money, figure out what you owe in bills, kind of get an idea of the area that you live in, how much apartments are going for, and you have to factor in if it's included in heat, if electric's included, if you want cable, things like that. When you first start, see if you can gather some furniture and things from family members so it's less things that you have to buy. You can always and will always accumulate stuff as time goes on. So I would say to start budgeting your money, figure out how much money you need per month in bills compared to how much money you make per month, and whatever is left over, minus like $100 for miscellaneous expenses like food and stuff, put the rest away into a savings account, and very quickly you will start saving money. And like I said, do some research and figure out how much things cost in the area you're in, and then you can have an idea of how much money you need, and then the goal won't seem so outlandish and it won't be so overwhelming. Hope that helps. Best of luck to you. The last and final question for tonight is, what is your favorite childhood memory? And that is definitely, well, I have two. One is my grandpa picking me up from school and taking me to the Boys and Girls Club, and but in between school and the Boys and Girls Club, he would take me anywhere I wanted, and I mean anywhere. He would take me to get my nails done and wait in the car for an hour while I got my nails done. He would take me to go buy new shoes. He's just the most amazing grandpa. I could just cry thinking about it. Me and my dad didn't have the best relationship when I was growing up. My parents were divorced. My dad made a new family and wasn't around much while I was little. My grandpa stepped in and was more than a father. He was so much more than a father. And I am so insanely grateful to him. And I made memories with him that I'll never forget. He taught me how to drive. He taught me how to throw my first softball. He taught me how to fish, going fishing with him and catching minnows. It's another really good memory. And then with my mom, it was going to we had a cottage in Canada on the beach, and we'd go every summer, and we would get these French fries, and we would sit on the beach and just talk about everything. And yeah, such good memories. The very last question I'm going to take is important, so I want to get to it. Tessa asks, any tips for dealing with addiction in loved ones? I thought with your career you may have some thoughts on this, but I understand if it's a little bit different when it's family and friends. Love you. You're like my wise, beautiful older sister. Oh my god, I love you. Oh, you're so sweet. Yes. If you guys ever need advice on anything to do with addiction, I am your girl. I do some work in the addiction field, and I have been through it personally, and I have dealt with it within my family as well. And if you have tried to put yourself out there to this person and kind of make them see that they have an addiction without attacking, because if you attack an addict and say, you know what, I know that you're doing drugs, is the first step. So if you say to them, like, hey, you know, if you want, I could go to counseling with you. You know, I could sit with you through it. You could do Zoom counseling. You don't even have to leave the house. You know, I'm a little worried about what's going on with you. And, you know, you can talk to people without attacking them. And if they don't want to admit to it, or they just kind of get defensive and shut down, and, you know, this continues to happen and they're not making change, then you have to come to a point where you have to start distancing yourself, unfortunately, because it's not healthy for you as a person to have to deal with that. There are meetings called Al-Anon, and I will list it in the description box for you guys. They do online meetings as well, and Al-Anon is strictly for family members of addicts, or, you know, girlfriends, whatever. It's for you guys, not for the addict, for you to cope and deal with somebody in addiction, because it's very hard and stressful and all of the things. And another tip I would say is, I know that you love this person, but you can't enable them or their addiction. You can help them without enabling them. It's a very thin line, and you have to be careful that you don't cross it. And yeah, I'm so sorry you're dealing with this, and I hope that this person gets some self-help, because addiction's a very sad way to live, and it really affects everybody involved. So, sending you all my love. Alright guys, thank you so much for entering your questions. Like I said, I'll be doing a part 2, so if